World Zoonosis Day, 6th July. World Zoonosis Day is held every year on July 6. The day commemorates July 6, 1885, when Louis Pasteur successfully administered the first vaccine against rabies virus, a zoonotic disease. The purpose is to raise awareness for the risk of zoonotic diseases. What are zoonoses? Zoonoses are infectious diseases, virus, bacteria and parasites that can be spread from animals to humans and vice versa. Zoonoses are very common. More than 150 zoonoses are known to exist. Examples include rabies, malaria, ringworm, tuberculosis, cat scratch fever, etc. And COVID-19 is the latest one. Scientists estimate more than 6 out of every 10 known infectious diseases in people can be spread from animals, and 3 out of every 4 new emerging infectious diseases in people come from animals. How do they spread? Zoonoses can spread from direct contact with animals or indirectly, vector-borne or food-borne. Direct contact. Coming in contact with saliva, blood, urine, mucus, feces and other body fluids of an infected animal. Examples include petting or touching animals and bites and scratches. Indirect contact. Coming into contact with areas where animals live and roam, or objects or surfaces that have been contaminated with germs. Examples include aquarium tank water, pet habits, chicken coops, barns, plants and soil, as well as pet food and water dishes. Vector-borne, being bitten by a tick or an insect like a mosquito or a flea. Food-borne, eating or drinking something unsafe such as unpasteurized raw milk, uncooked meat or eggs, or raw fruits and vegetables that are contaminated with feces from an infected animal. Waterborne, drinking or coming in contact with water that has been contaminated with feces from an infected animal. Who is at a higher risk of serious illness from zoonotic diseases? Anyone can get sick from zoonotic disease, including healthy people. However, some people are more at risk than others and should take steps to protect themselves or family members. These people are more likely than others to get really sick and even die from infection with certain diseases. These groups of people include children younger than 5, adults older than 65, people with weakened immune systems, and pregnant women. What can you do to protect yourself and your family from zoonotic diseases? People can come in contact with animals in many places. This includes at home and away from home, in places like petting zoos, fairs, schools, stores, and parks. Insects like mosquitoes and fleas and ticks bite people and animals day and night. To protect yourself and your family from zoonotic diseases, keep hands clean. Washing your hands right after being around animals, even if you didn't touch any animals, is one of the most important steps you can take to avoid getting sick and spreading germs to others. If soap and water are not readily available, you can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. But hand sanitizers do not get rid of all types of germs, so it is important to wash your hands with soap and water if available. Second, preventive clothing for bites from mosquitoes, ticks and fleas. Third, store and handle food safely and cook properly. Fourth, avoid bites and scratches from animals. COVID-19 pandemic, a big lesson. We have to act now to avoid even bigger catastrophes. World Zoonosis Day, held July 6 every year, marks a major breakthrough in the fight against zoonoses. But we are at crisis point. We have to act now. If we don't radically change our attitudes towards the natural world, things are going to get much more worse. Pandemics will become increasingly common. The primary risk for future spillover of zoonotic diseases are deforestation of tropical environments and large-scale industrial farming of animals, especially pigs and chickens at high density. While vaccines development is important, pathogens can leap from animals to humans much faster than scientists can develop vaccines and treatments. We also need complementary approaches that focus on the environment. It's far cheaper to invest in the prevention of infectious disease outbreaks than to deal with the consequences of the pandemic. Climate change and the increase in pandemics are both signals that we have reached a tipping point. Genetic sequencing links the novel coronavirus that causes COVID 19 to horseshoe bats in China. The first detected outbreak sprang from a live animal market in Wuhan. However, possibilities are there that the coronavirus may have been circulating in remote rural areas before it was detected in Wuhan, a city of 10 million, where population density fueled rapid transmission. Live animal markets are definitely dangerous places when it comes to spillover events, but shutting all of them down won't solve the bigger issue. Deforestation to make way for palm oil plantations, which changed the roosting habits of bats, was linked to a major Nipah virus outbreak in Malaysia. Evidence suggests that similar deforestation in West Africa for palm oil production may have played a role in outbreaks of Lassa fever and Ebola. In developed world and rapidly developing parts of the world, people are eating more animal protein and fried food than is recommended for human health. To meet the demand, corporations are clearing natural habitats for cattle ranches, for soybean fields to feed the cattle, and oil palm plantations for cooking oil. Many species are endangered by these actions. Habitat loss, poaching, and disease are the primary threats to the remaining great apes. COVID 19 poses a particularly dire situation for apes in danger of extinction, including baboons, chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans. Due to genetic similarities, they are highly susceptible to human respiratory diseases. Current policies fail to factor in the costs of wholesale extraction of resources and the destruction of natural habitats. Nature will persist even as biodiversity diminishes. Nature will push forward. Evolution will happen without regard to human sufferings. Meanwhile, we are ignoring how dependent we are on nature and how fragile we are in the grand scheme of things. The pandemic is shifting perspectives. We are all feeling the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. People are now recognizing the linkages between our financial and agricultural systems, the environment, and our health. It's critical now to make the message as understandable as possible to as many people as possible.